This is the game I made. Whenever I refresh the page, you can see this green seed is randomly generated. So the HTML code is simple. I'm just making div as a game field, which is this bold black line, and inside div tag I'm making box and seed as a div tag using id. And for the style, this is game field, width and height is 300 pixel. I know you don't like the reading the text, yeah, but okay. So here there is not much thing to explain, but only here position. If I set position absolute here, this 2 can go out a little bit, so I had to make this position relative. And for this fox and seed, I have to set this as a absolute to make to restrict and can make this 2 play inside the box, exactly inside the lines. And here I am defining the variables, and as we learn, yeah, these here variables are containing HTML details, and I set the initial box size as a 2020. This will be going into the pixels later. These 2 lines of code are used to calculate the maximum width and height that the box can move within the container. So I'm using that too in here later, and also the here, like to randomly generated. And here I'm setting the difficulty level. If I put the level here like easy or hard, as this switch case scenario will generate it following the word typed here. 2 minutes in 1000 millisecond, which means 2 minutes, and I'm containing that in the time limit variables, and I'm checking it here later. So here, this part I'm checking the first time whenever I refresh the page, this seed is moving, randomly generated, and this here is doing that. I'm using math.random function, and as I told before, I'm using container width and height so that the random place will be inside the container, which is game field. Here I'm changing seed CSS, left position on top position, putting these two numbers into seed post, but seed post is variables that I made here, which is seed position, and here is timer function. I use set interval and clear interval here. To use set interval, I had to put 1000 in here, which is 1000 millisecond and 1 second. I'm getting the start time as here. Also, I'm checking the time. To check time, I made new variables, which is time minus start time. I tried to do without this line 72, but it was not working smoothly, so I had to make time check variables to work it smoothly whenever I refresh the page. This time check is checking the time from starting the refresh timing, and this clear interval here functions is stopping the interval from continuing. And when it's time check, which is the starting time, is over time limits that I set from here, time limit, there will be an alert. For example, like this, time's up, difficulty level was hard. And here is checking which keyboard I'm pressing, like left's the top button and right button and bottom button. And whenever left side button is pressed, I'm saving these variables about my position, but with minus 10 pixel. So if left position right now is bigger than 0, which means bigger than here and here, to prevent in case it's going the things are moving out from the container, the game field that I made. And the right position, I have to put plus 10 because this is plus and this side, the go to left is minus and go to right is plus 10. Also, these two should be minus and plus 10. From here, I'm checking if right side position is bigger or same as container's width. If this one right position is smaller than container's width, it should be smaller than container's width. Container's width is here and here, so if it's smaller than that, I'm changing box CSS with right pose that I said here, and I'm calling the check collision function, and which is when the seed and box meet, or no, box is covering seed, which is here. Okay, from line 113, here check if the left edge of the box is to the left of the right edge of the seed by less than 10 pixel, and here if the right edge of the box is to the right of the left edge of the seed, and if the top edge of the box is above the bottom edge of the seed by less than 10 pixel. Here if the bottom edge of the box is below the top edge of the seed, if this for condition is okay, then box is growing 10 pixels. And here, if box width became more than 200 pixel, then finish the timer, and it's returning this alert message, you want the game. And here is same like I told up before, like here this random generator is working inside this check collision function. So if I generate this code, it works like this, and if it became bigger than 200 pixel, it says the winner message.